Okay, so we are about 1 month into the season. We can kind of see what every team is going to look like and what they need going into the trade deadline, which is 2 months away. So I decided to come in with a trade deadline video. I already recorded it once, didn't like it at all, so I'm going to try to do it again and make it very good for y'all. So hopefully y'all like. If you do, like, subscribe, share with your friends. We drop weekly videos over here. But let's get straight into the video. I'm going to start off with one of the hottest names on the trade deadline, and that is Zach Lavine. Starting off with him because I already know he is dead ass going to get traded. A lot of these other names I'm going to name, I don't know for sure. I know they're going to be on the market, but I don't know if somebody's going to pull the trigger. I've literally seen multiple reports about the Bulls trading Zach Lavine, and I think they should do that. It's time to blow everything up. Everybody there needs to go. Nobody should be safe. They don't have nothing that intrigues me for the future, so everybody got to go. So when we start off with Zach Lavine, I would say I'm a huge Zach Lavine fan. I'm a very big fan of Zach Lavine, and it sucks to see him go through these years where he's in a Bulls jersey. But I am kind of on the fence of the type of team that should trade for Zach Lavine, because when you look at it, a lot of teams don't have a Zach Lavine, but they have a Zach Lavine-like player. Like, for example, two teams that I heard to trade for Zach Lavine were the Philadelphia 76ers and the Miami Heat. To me, if I was those teams, I wouldn't really do it. When we looking at Zach Lavine, what is he? A very, very good bucket getter and a very, very good shooter. Other than that, we don't really know for sure. We see him play make sometime, we see him defend sometime, but like those are not really his strengths at all. But we know he is a scorer and a shooter, and he is one of the best at doing those things. But when we look at these contenders, who doesn't have that? The Bucks, they have a lot of that. The Nuggets, they have a lot of that. The Warriors have a lot of that, even though I do have them on this list. The Mavs, they have a lot of that. The Lakers, they have a lot of that. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody has a very good shooter and a very good scorer. Do you need to go out there and trade for Zach Lavine for $40 million? Do you need to trade for him when you already have that? Like the Miami Heat and the Tyler Hero and the Philadelphia 76ers, they have Tyler Hero and Maxey. Two guys, when given the ball this year, have looked like the best guys on the team at some points. Maxey looks like a damn near all-NBA player. When Tyler Hero was healthy, he looked like the best nigga on the team. So when they have the ball, what's the point of going out there trading for Zach Lavine, who's kind of going to do the same thing they're going to do, but they are already cheaper? And to some, they might even be better. They have the same output, same product. They're doing the same thing, basically. So what's the point of trading for Zach Lavine? I understand he may be older, he may be more seasoned, but how can we say that? Because even those guys, they've been in the playoffs. Even Tyler Hero's been in the finals. Like, how can we say that? It's really no point for those teams to trade for Zach Lavine. Not to say that they're not good players, but we've seen them this year get more responsibility with the ball and thrive to a different level. Why take it out their hands for a Zach Lavine type guy who on the same night can do the same thing they do? I really wouldn't like to see it together. I would like to see them have the ball most of the time like they've been doing. So, I don't know. I'm on the fence with that. But to get into the teams that should trade for Zach Lavine, I want to start off with the teams that I feel like need Zach Lavine. The teams that need him are the Kings, the Warriors, and the Raptors. The Kings, I think they need him because, as you seen last night, sometimes it's just De'Aaron and nobody else. Now, when they're all flowing, everybody's hitting shots. But it's a lot of times where it's just De'Aaron scoring and nobody else. They don't have no other perimeter threat other than a Malik Monk, but at the end of the day, he's still a six man. He's not one of those guys that I can say that can match his Zach Lavine production. That's not him. At times, they need a perimeter threat because Sabonis can easily be shut down as a scorer. So having a Zach Lavine for the team, to me, would make them contenders because I feel like that's one piece they're missing. I think the defense has been okay this year. I don't think it's been terrible like it was last year. And I even think in the playoffs, it was pretty fucking good. So that's the team that I think should trade for him. Warriors. Listen, Clay's done. He's a cooked product. Clay's one of my favorite players ever. So I've been like trying to hold on to it. I even said he was like a top 50 player last year, which I think he was. But like what he's doing this year, the same thing he was doing last year, but the shots were going in. This year they're not going in, and he's looking god awful. He has to go. And it sucks because like he's one of those players that should never touch another jersey in his life. But he has to go. And I think at times they need somebody to actually help Steph because it's just Steph on offense, Draymond on defense. Everybody else is just hit a couple threes. That's it. Steph, you got to score 40 for us to win. Having a guy like Zach Lavine who can score 40 with Steph can help out a lot. And the Raptors, even I don't think this makes them a contender, but in Masai's sick mind, if they do this without trading OG, Scotty, or Pascal, that will make them contenders? I don't think so, but he's a sick person. That will make them contenders. So that's why I had them there. Teams that I will understand to trade for him, but I wouldn't like it. Like I said earlier, the Miami Heat, Philly, I understand it. I understand the idea. I just wouldn't like it. Magic. I think this will be like a Donovan Mitchell thing with the Cavs. I think this will be rushing the process, even though you see the process going very good right now. I think it will be rushing it. I think you just gotta let everybody grow. And then down the line, a player that's going to be better than Zach Lavine and cost less is going to be there for y'all. So I would just let this sit. And then the team I just don't think needs them. Pacers and Hornets, I see them in the rumors. Stay away, please. Stay away. But a team that I really think really needs Zach, and I would really love to see Zach go to, is the Sacramento Kings. As you can see by the trade right here, I had them trading Zach Lavine, getting back Harrison Barnes, Trey Lyles, Davion Mitchell, Chris Duarte, and 2 firsts. That's how I feel like Zach's value is now. Just a couple young players and a couple picks. And for the Kings, they can like salvage those picks because they're trying to win now. They see what De'Aaron's doing. They like, yeah, we have to win now. And I think guys like Harrison Barnes, Trey Lyles can still give you a lot of production. But you see guys like Chris Duarte and Davion Mitchell who never really got the chance to like start or get like real consistent minutes on their team. So they will come into the Bulls and just get them right away. And I think that's something that can work out for them down the line. I don't consider Chris Duarte as young. I think he's like 25, 26. But Davion's like 23, 24. He's a pretty young guard that just really hasn't really had a real opportunity. So that's what I would do for them. Okay, so the next guy is Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant should be a big name going into the trade down. I feel like a lot of teams needed Jeremy Grant just to like make it that chef kiss and be that team going into the playoffs. He already showed he could play in the contender, play with the Nuggets. He's a very good player, a very good scorer. I think he's having a career year. He's having a career year. Now, part of it is he's not playing with Anthony Simons. Anthony Simons is out, so his workload does go up. But hey, that's how you build value around in the NBA. And he's having a really good year, very versatile defender, versatile scorer. A lot of people need that. It's just the contract is crazy. The contract is crazy. I believe he's making 35. And that shout out to him because coming from Syracuse, it was a second-round pick in the process of the 76ers, and he was just coming in as an athlete. And we didn't expect it to get this good. So for him to make $35 million a year, shout out to him. But that's a hefty price for Jeremy Grant. But I do think he is a very good player. Now, the teams that I have that should be interested in the Jeremy Grant are the Kings, the Hawks, the Knicks, the Heat, and the 76ers. I think all of those teams need a very good wing like a Jeremy Grant. But the team that I have that I would really love for him to go to is the 76ers. And this trade that I clicked up is like, it's a very good trade. It will make them very, very good. And as a Cavs fan, I hate it. But as an NBA fan, and that's what I am, I would love it. I have Tobias Harris, Furkan Korkmaz, Jaden Springer, and a first-round pick going to the Portland Trail Blazers. You can add another pick in there if you want to. And I have the 76ers not only getting Jeremy Grant, but also getting Malcolm Brogdon. Listen, I think both of those guys are having a very good year, and I think they would just make this team even more scary than they already are. I think a lineup of Tyrese Halliburton, Malcolm Brogdon, Jeremy Grant, Robert Covington, and Embiid scares me. It should scare everybody in the NBA because I think this would be the best team that they've had in a long, long time. So having this team and having Jeremy Grant on this team would be so much. I do think they lack perimeter defense. I also think they lack perimeter scoring. And I think both of these guys can have that on this team. So right here, I have Jeremy Grant going to the 76ers. Now, the next guy that I have is Alex Caruso. Listen, I don't even have a name or for a team he should go to. I just have everyone because literally everybody needs an Alex Caruso, no matter if you're contender or not contender. You need an Alex Caruso. He is the type of player that can go to a team, and I will have them as my favorites. If he comes to the Cavs, we're the favorites. If he goes to the Lakers, they're the favorites. That's how it is, bro. He's that good of a player. Can do so much on the court. Can shoot, can defend, can pass, can play make, can defend at all levels. I'm talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 5 positions, he can defend all of them. That's just to me. I'll take. I don't care. All-time defender. Him and Drew Holiday. They will never get their respect for it because I feel like in this era, if you're not the big dogs like the Anthony Davis or the Giannis's, if you're not the guys that are like the legit superstars, your defense will never get credited. But those 2 guys are all-time defenders. Hot take. I don't give a fuck. They are all-time defenders. That's why I have. If Alex Caruso goes to any team, they're scary. They're the champions. If this nigga goes to the Nuggets, Nigga, they're a dynasty. That's how he is, bro. He can go anywhere and fit anywhere. So I don't even like. It's not even a point of me bringing a highlight up. Like, fuck, you want to see Alex Caruso highlight? But still, Alex Caruso is a very good player. The team that I really want him to go to is Milwaukee. Listen, their defense is cooked. Offense is very good. The team's still good. They're like what, 12 or 13-5. So close to being the best team in the league record wise. But I'm watching games. They're getting cooked by the Wizards, the Blazers, the Pistons, letting up 120 points against them. Like, listen, I understand Drew's all time, but like, losing Drew makes y'all niggas this bad. Yes, they need Alex Caruso badly. They need him badly. So I think a simple trade is Marjan. To me, he's still a first round pick. I think his value is a first round pick. He was literally a first round pick last year, and he's showing a lot of potential. I just don't think he's ready, and they need to be ready because they're trying to win now. They don't got time to wait for him. And Pat Connaughton, and then the second round pick, you can add a first. I believe they have one more first left in the vault. Fuck it, we ball. Put that first in, get Alex Caruso. They would be looked at so different. A lineup of Dame, Alex Caruso, Chris Middleton, Giannis, Brook Lopez. It scares the hell out of me. Scares the hell out of me. Hot take also, Bobby Portis has to go. He's not that good. He's not that good at all. He stops the offense. It's a terrible defender. He's not that good. He has to go. He's like and I love Karis LeVert. He's like a Karis LeVert. But Karis LeVert is actually a good defender. That's why I wouldn't be mad if like he stayed. But like the way they stop the offense is so bad. It's so bad. He has to go. But other than that, Alex Caruso to the Bucks. That's a dream. Sadly, the Cavs wouldn't do nothing. Also, I would love him to go to the Heat, but again, the Cavs wouldn't do nothing. But that's besides the point. The next guy we have is Kyle Kuzma. He's gonna have all the teams that Jeremy Grant had listed: the Kings, the Hawks, the Knicks, the Heat. But I also have him going to the Mavericks. That's where I want him to go. I would name the trade later. But to talk about Kyle Kuzma, very good player. I'm actually pretty proud of him as a Lakers fan, seeing what he was before we gave him up and now what he is now. I'm very, very proud of him. He started this process with the Lakers as far as becoming a winning player, not just a bucket guy, a guy that can play, make, that can score, that can defend. And now he's turned into a very good rebounder, a good playmaker for forward. I think he is. And his scoring is always going to be very, very good. And I think Kyle Kuzma, he's too good for the Wizards, bro. This organization, he got to leave, bro. He's playing with a bunch of kids, and he's by far the best player on the team. He looks the best player on the team. And, like, it's sad that, like, he even said that we can't even guard a sign right now. Like, they're terrible. But he's a very good player, and he needs to be freed instantly. He doesn't belong to be on a rebuilding team. The nigga is like 28 years old. What the fuck is he on a rebuilding team for? Same thing with Jeremy Grant. What are they on rebuilding teams for? So I need him to be traded badly for himself. Like I said, the teams are the Kings, the Hawks, the Knicks, the Heat. I would love him to go out to all them teams, but me personally, I have him going to the Mavericks. I think that's a player that they need. I think they need to get bigger. They started the process already getting Grant Williams and a Derek Lively, but the process is not over. They need to get bigger. Kyle Kuzma is a big dude who's learning how to rebound, who's became a very good rebounder for his position. He's always going to be a very good shooter, especially off ball. And I think at times when Kyrie and Luka don't have it, he can be right there being a very good scoring option. He's shown plenty of times he can be a third option. Showed it, and he won a championship being a third option. And he even showed it last year next to Bradley Beal and Kristaps Porzingis that he can be a valuable third option. So Kyle Kuzma to the Mavericks makes the most sense to me, and I would actually view them as a contender, bro. I think Kyle Kuzma is a needle mover for them. So shout out to that. The trade would be simple. It would be Tim Hardaway Jr., which kind of sucks because he's having a good year. Markieff Morris, they're not really using him like that. And Jaden Hardy, who really doesn't have a consistent role. That's why I put him in this trade, because his role is not really consistent. A good young player, this role is not consistent. He kind of reminds me a lot of Cam Thomas. So get him off this team, and then you add in a first round pick. I think the Wizards come out happy with that deal. They can easily fit Markieff Morris and Tim Hardaway Jr. And then you have a guy like Jaden Hardy who can help out with the rebuild next to Jordan Poole. And you got a first round pick in 2026. So that's the trade I have for the Wizards. And like I said, Kyle Kuzma, please get out of there. You don't deserve this, bro. Now these next two guys, I don't know if they're going to be traded. they're always in rumors, but they never get traded. I don't know. But I have OG Anunoby. Listen, you probably already know the team I have OG going to. But listen, a lot of teams need OG. OG can go to the Mavs, the Warriors, Cavs, Grizzlies, Cavs again and again. I would love it, but I don't think we can afford it. And then the team I have him going to is the Kings. But to talk about OG Anunoby, a lot of people need a guy like him. One of the best defenders in the league, one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. I think for some odd reason, his defense is taking a step, and that's why it's odd, because he's already very good. But like, he's locking down forwards now. I'm talking about big forward. He locked Vic the fuck up. He's a rookie, but he locked him. Like, he's playing good. And he's shooting it well. The scoring is always on and off for me, as far as like his on-ball scoring and him being able to create his own shot. But it's there. It's there, but it's going to be an on and off thing. So I don't know what you think, what you're going to get with that. But I would love him to go to the Kings. I think they need him badly, just to help out with the defense and the scoring, and just have a consistent player, because I feel like at times Kevin Huerter's not there, Harrison Barnes is not there, Keegan Murray has had a bad year, sometimes he's not even there. So having a consistent and efficient player like OG Anunoby will help out a lot. The trade is pretty simple. Harrison Barnes, Davion Mitchell, who's falling out the rotation for Keon Ellis, and 2 firsts. They can give up 2 firsts. They're trying to win. And I'm not gonna lie, this fuck around makes him a needle mover, because I think you saw the perimeter defense issues. The defense is going to still be around like 12 to 15 in the league, which is not bad. You can win a championship like that. I think the Nuggets literally did that last year, but they have the same thing the Nuggets have, and that's just a very, very good offense. And offense wins championships. So adding a guy like OG who fits in the offense, even at that, adding a guy like OG would be very good for this team. And I love a lineup of De'Aaron, Kevin Huerter, OG, Kyler Murray, Keegan Murray, and Domantas Sabonis. That's it, Kyler. So that's who I have OG going to. And then the last guy is my boy. It's talked about him a lot on this channel, Pascal Siakam. Not having a down year, but more so fitting in. What I mean by that is the numbers are down, everything else is down, but he's letting Scotty be Scotty. But he's showing he can also be himself next to Scotty. But it's something I didn't expect. I didn't know those 2 players can coexist. But now that they've been very decent together. The Raptors are kind of falling down to earth. They've been losing a lot of games lately, but they're going to be a team that's going to be around 500. But Pascal Siakam, to me, you already know how he is, and I think he's a top 20 player. Well, I ain't a lot of league getting deep, so he's probably top 25, top 30 now. But still, he's a very good scorer, very good playmaker, a very versatile defender that needs his respect. I feel like he doesn't get it at all. Now, teams that should trade for Pascal, I heard the Kings. I really don't like that. I feel like that just messes up their offense, because he is a player that needs the ball a lot of the time. But a team that I found out about today that like really intrigued me is the Brooklyn Nets. I think he fits perfectly with the team, and it's kind of like what they're trying to do in the Raptors. They're doing it in the Brooklyn Nets, just having a lot of wings. But the thing is, the wings in Brooklyn are like legit shooters, and him being a very, very good playmaker next to those shooters will fit out perfectly. I think he makes their defense even better, and I think that's going to be a scary side. I think he could play with a Ben Simmons, but if not, trade Ben Simmons. I don't mind it. I don't care. It sucks, but Ben keeps getting hurt. I gotta be responsible and say he might be a quick product. But still, Pascal Siakam would fit perfectly with this team. And they've been trying to get a star, man. They wanted Dame. Well, Pascal's not really that far from Dame, and I think this will be a perfect fit for him, and I love him in this lineup. The trade actually would be, I forgot to talk about the trade first. The trade would be Spencer Dinwiddie, Royce O'Neal, Noah Clowney, and 2 first-round picks. You got to think about it. He's an All-NBA player, 2-time actually. So they're going to have to offer the bank. They're going to have to offer them picks and offer them first-round pick, another first-round pick player in Noah Clowney, and then offer Royce O'Neal, who's on the expiring, and Spencer Dinwiddie, who's on the expiring, who they can easily flip right at the deadline also. So that's the trade that I would have, and I think he would fit perfectly with this team next to Cam Thomas, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, and Nicholas Claxton. I think that's a very good starting 5 around Pascal. So that's who I would have Pascal going to. But to wrap up the video, man, I am very excited for the trade deadline. We really won't see a single trade until December 15. That's when the guys that signed this offseason are allowed to get traded. And then January 15th. I think that's when the guys that sign extensions are able to get traded. So right on time, that's when it should get popular. But as of right now, those are the trades I got. Let me know if you like them or not. Like I said, like and subscribe, share with your friends. I am out. Peace out.